Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. We're in the beautiful city of Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Okay. Yes, the beautiful city. And these are the beautiful people of Addis Ababa. Gemecho. And Sammy.
The driver.
Sammy.
Yeah.
You're not only a driver, you are a new friend.
Yeah.
After our first breakfast, we went to the Ethiopian Union Mission of Seventh-day Adventists, where we met a lot of beautiful people. And that is my friend Kenneth from Kenya.
We're gonna see.
As we walk now to the front of the property, you will see the biggest Adventist church in Addis Ababa. Brother Gemichu here is a blessing to our team. He gave his time to us. He gave his knowledge of the place. He instructed us in their local ways, and he made sure that the people received us well. Here he is showing us the church in Addis Ababa, and he shared with us many details about this church. We were talking about who will speak in this church at this time. Kim, who was walking down the aisle, was saying, "I'll talk here." Kenneth checking out the baptistry. This is the first leg of our drive to Shashamane, a 4-hour drive in this newly built highway, and this is our first pit stop. It's a beautiful place. Look at the sun. This is my Ethiopian rhythm. Todd, our photographer, just loves the kids in Ethiopia. He loves to teach them this kind of games, and the kids, they just love it. You can hear their laughter. Finally, After 4 hours in the highway,
Thank you, Ziyad.
we reached Arsinigeli. Maybe 2 to 3 hours, this whole church has been waiting for us. They expected us to have lunch with them that day. And we got there like probably 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Hello. Thank you.
It was getting dark then, and all the elders, this is the pastor. I believe he is the main pastor of this church. He has a beautiful smile and a very strong handshake. And if you notice, as I shake hands, they have a different way of greeting people. Initially, you would see they will not give their shoulders to me, but as the days go, as we know each other more, they would shake my hand and just like this, pull me and bump me with his shoulder. It's amazing the way they make you feel welcome over there. Gemichu here is, like always, busy getting things organized. They got something prepared for us. Here, you will see Todd Gesley doing the Ethiopian handshake with the pastors. This now is the Arsinigeli Red Fox Pathfinder Club. This club is an amazing club led by their platoon leader, Moti. This group here is their marching band. You will be amazed how they perform their marching. After 2 weeks of hanging out with this group of young people, playing with them, eating with them, doing things with them, every day almost. And Mori over there, their platoon leader, the last day that I was there, my last Sabbath, they presented me with a well-go party. It's something similar to this, but to make my going away much easier. Moti, their platoon leader, who was supposed to speak in that event, was crying the whole time. He can't finish a word. He just kept on crying. These are the group of people that my church in Juneau helped with their donation. With some of the money that I gave this club, they will use it for their camping, for their projects, and by God's grace, they will continue to be soldiers for Christ. 7 from this group gave their life to God. Before we left, I saw them surrender by baptism, and that is the reward that God gave us. It was such a beautiful thing to see, to experience when you share your testimony with these people. In fact, in that last day when they gave me the well-go party, all they talked about is how we, and me especially, they said, changed their lives, affected them. But I reminded them that they are the ones who affected me more than they'll ever know. With their smiles, with all these things that they did for us. It's just amazing. They presented us with roses. She named herself Siki before I left. She said, "I'm not Chalto anymore. My name is Siki." That is an honor.
Pathfinder, clap your hand.
We continue to meet elders and pastors from the church. I believe he is one of the pastors there.
What's your name?
And this is Moti,
Very good.
the
What's her
platoon
name?
leader.
Yeah.
Chalto.
So she's the second in command? Exactly. Oh, wow. You know, I was in Pathfinder too. Pathfinder number 2. Yeah. I grew up in Pathfinder.
Here is Todd again, teaching the kids his games. And as always, he captivates them. Look at that. This is just the beginning of 2 weeks of fun and laughter. It's a good thing the Ethiopian kids, they know a pretty good understanding of English. And if they don't understand it, there will always be somebody to interpret it for them. One of them is Gemichu. He speaks very good English. This is the Red Fox Pathfinder trying to raise money for their future events. They bake this homemade cookies, I believe. It was so cheap, I bought everything. That's Enoch. And we're playing with a homemade foosball. It's made out of plastic bags stuffed together and then stuffed into a socks, and then they stitch it together to make a football.
You're 10 years old? 10 years old. Who's 8 years old? 8. Who's 8?
Look at all the attention that they're giving me. I got this attention for the next 2 weeks. And they're so happy to see my kids in the picture.
Here, look, look. Go. Here, oh.
Look at their smiles. Look at the joy that is just coming from within. Another part of their fundraising. In fact, this case of soda was bought from the money that they received from me earlier that afternoon. They are just showing wisdom here by following the story in the Bible of using their talents properly. 7 birr is like 25 cents. I ended up buying all that soda from them anyway and giving it to them to resell. The activities continued in the afternoon with Todd and I joining them in their marching. Here they're teaching us one of their moves. It's very interesting. That's me showing off. We were just having fun. Look at Todd doing those crazy moves. The people from the church were very excited that we were joining them in this kind of activities. In fact, after 2 weeks, they told us that we were the first group who went to this church who actually joined them in doing these things. They were just amazed that people, foreigners or foreigners as they call us, would go down to their level. But to us, it wasn't going down to any level. I believe joining this beautiful group of people who loves God, it's elevating, it's lifting up the beautiful name of God. Because how else can a group of people newly acquainted would enjoy each other's company like this? They call that the inner wheel march. And then that is the outer wheel march. Every second of this day, as we were doing these things, my mind were being assured by God through these activities that I did the right thing going to Ethiopia. I hope I was representing the Juneau Pathfinders Club in an honorable manner, but they were very forgiving. You have to take 3 steps, do the salute, and then walk out.
Siki, already you are a member. Wow, wonderful.
After the initial part of the presentations, of the welcome presentation, the pastor and the elders ushered us into this room where we had our prayer and everybody was introduced formally. This church prayed before, during, and after everything that we did. I remember them just praying and praying and praying. And they, if I can understand their language, I'm sure they pray a beautiful prayer. Here we are, introducing ourselves to the local elders and pastors of the church. My thoughts are really ecstatic at this time. I still can't imagine that I'm really in Ethiopia doing this missionary trip. My excitement is just too much. I remember at this gathering, I was just praying and praying under my breath. It's not sinking in yet, but before the end of this second day, I realized that I need to depend on God to be able to do this mission. I can't wait now for the next day. Here we stood up for our closing prayer and final salutations to each other. Praise be to God for His mercy endure it forever.